Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Alter Ego Report. I'm John Griffin.
I'm Lynn.
Today we're going to be talking about Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Directed by Luc Besson, who has directed one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time, The Fifth Element. Had that strange vibe to it. I love that movie.
Awesome.
And then he did Lucy.
Oh,
and I did not.
It was a disaster.
I did not care for that movie.
That movie was so bad.
Put it politely. I didn't care for that movie.
Oh.
So now with Valerian, Luc Besson's come back almost to his roots a little bit. It's got the same kind of vibe and feel and look as The Fifth Element. It stars Dane, DeHaan, and what's the girl's name? Cara Delevingne, and Owen, Clive Owen. Clive Owen. This movie was, I'm going to use another polite term, scattered. It's not. I won't say it's a weird movie. It's a weird movie because it has weird visuals, and I actually enjoyed all the different aliens and creatures and things like that.
Based off those French books.
The French graphic novels.
Yeah.
So I was fine. It's just the story. It wasn't like it was a bad story. It's just that it was, man. And we usually do no spoilers whatsoever, but the narrative that they laid out, they could not wait to tell you who the bad guy was. What could have been a nice little twist, something at the end, just to kind of give the audience a little. From the time he opens his mouth, you're like, oh, Clive Owen's the bad guy. From the moment he opens his mouth, so that way the whole rest of the movie, and there's even scenes when they go back and like they hide his. It's like a flashback. And
you're like, I already know.
And they're hiding his face, like you don't know who that is, but you hear his voice, and they still hide his face. You're like, yeah, it's him.
They did not try to disguise this in any way at all.
I thought that ruined it from the beginning for me, just because you're like, oh, the guy with the weird killer robot army at his beck and call, he's the bad guy? Get out of town.
Such a poor choice on the reveal of it, or like, I guess there was no reveal because it was just no. But let's talk about what we did like about this movie. That opening 10 minutes where you see Alpha, the city of 1,000 planets, where all the different aliens of from across the universe have come together to share knowledge and information, and they've kind of built like a working space station. Visually speaking, that first 10 minutes, perfect. Where you see all the new aliens, and then you do the planet Mule, where you meet all the some of the main characters of the movie. It's actually quite striking visually, and it's better than I even thought it was on the previews. Now, unfortunately, I had to see this movie in 3D, which I abhor, and I think I lost a little bit of it. I think you might have gotten to see a bit of a crisper image than I did. Well, yeah, you always lose the image in that 3D. That's why I don't like watching it, aside from having these glasses on anyway.
Instant headache.
But it actually wasn't as colorful as I thought it was going to be. Like, when I heard that this was visually breathtaking, kind of like Avatar, but better, I felt like it just had this whitewash to it.
So it was bright.
It was bright.
But not.
But I don't feel like...
Like, it didn't pop for you.
No. Don't get me wrong. It was beautiful. I enjoyed watching it, but comparing it to Avatar and saying it was better than Avatar, when Avatar was how many years ago, and it should be better
a long time ago.
Than Avatar?
It's a long time
I don't think it was.
Yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from. It didn't bother me in the least, because I still enjoyed them. But after that first 10 minutes, the visuals get muddled a little bit. The creatures go. But the main problem is that after the first 10 minutes, now we start our story.
And it's bad.
And that's when the issues come. Now, the main... Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne, I did not like her in Suicide Squad. I didn't care for her in this. I don't think she's bad.
Wait.
It's just her character I didn't like, maybe.
I was so confused.
All right,
because were they supposed to be teenagers?
No, they weren't.
Because I have no idea about the French books, graphic novels, whatever they are. I have no idea about what they are. So I was really confused sitting there thinking... These federal officers are supposed to be young, right?
Yes, they're like space cops essentially. There's young, fresh-faced space cops.
So they were supposed to be young. I was like,
yes.
well, what are these teenagers? I just didn't feel like they fit the role.
No, it was... You hit the nail on the head. Yeah, it's...
Right?
Yeah, they're not teenagers. They're adults.
Well, they look like babies.
The main problem is they look like babies. And when they're talking about their past conquests and missions, they're talking about like they're grizzled vets. And it doesn't come off when a guy who looks like he's 22 is talking about like all his, his adventures in the past. Like, how long have you been doing this? You look like you might be out of academy, but they're like from what it seems like, they're like the head of the space cop division. I don't know. They're very important people.
No, I feel like it was miscast.
But I agree. If you were to cast somebody in their mid-40s, maybe with a little beard growing, I don't know, something to make it feel like grizzled, like this guy was supposed to be, that threw me off the entire movie. It threw me off the entire movie.
They seemed like hormonal, attitude-y, sarcastic little kids.
Oh, because now you're getting into the dialogue between them.
Oh, the dialogue was so bad. Like, there was no saving grace with
it was cringy.
The characters in any way at all.
It's total cringy between them. And their little Ross and Rachel.
And they couldn't wait to go at it.
It was just...
Like, but
it was
no.
awful. Ugh. Well, there are still more things that I did like about this movie. Namely, there's a scene where they go to a place called Big Market.
Oh, it was awesome.
Big Market is like Costco, except it's in a different dimension. And you kind of go, you get scanned, and you bring things in and out of these little portals to go shopping in a shopping mall with 1 million stores. You could have made a whole movie
at a Big Market
based off the Big Market and just kind of going back and forth and playing with what that could bring. And it's in one scene and it's never brought up again. I was like, you could have made that whole movie in Big Market.
That leads me to another thing. I felt like this movie was entirely too crammed. I feel like the story they were trying to tell should have been in 2, probably 3 parts. The first part of the movie just being background story on these characters, so maybe we can like them a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
And the Big Market scene. That should have been like the first movie.
Yeah.
Done.
I would have been fine with that because you don't know anything about these characters in the least.
No, and I didn't care about them.
None of their motivations, none of their relationship, I didn't buy at all.
No, it felt so forced.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, there was one scene where when they're going to the Big Market, they're pulling this heist at Big Market, and Cara Delevingne obviously has a friendship with a couple of these other soldiers that are helping them in this heist. So she's joking with the guy. Clearly, they have a past relationship and they're friendly. Everybody dies. They're attacked by the monster.
Spoiler.
Their team dies. Valerian and Laureline
are the only ones that survive.
They escape. 8 of their friends have just been eaten alive by a monster.
And brat...
She goes...
Oh, my dress got ruined.
No, your friend...
What?
Your friend was killed.
This is like the first real opening scene, and you want me to dislike your character already?
Your dress was torn. Your friends died.
But again, don't know anything about the books, but so are they supposed to be like this? Is this written for the movie? It didn't make any sense to me.
I didn't like it.
I don't want to say I don't like the movie because of those aspects. Maybe I just don't like the characters. Maybe I wouldn't like the books. You know what I mean?
And also, at 2 hours and roughly 20 minutes long.
It was so long.
It's a solid 20 minutes too long. And it's not that I can't go... I'm sure I can go back and say, oh, we could pull this scene out or pull that scene out. No, make the scenes shorter. There are scenes that just drag on forever. As much as I love the Big Market and think that you could base a whole movie off that premise.
If done well.
At some point I was like, are we still in Big Market? And then there's a scene where Cara Delevingne's kind of held captured a little bit. I was like, are we still in this scene? And the Rihanna scene.
Oh,
where Rihanna dances.
On Rihanna.
Her scene was 15 minutes long. I don't know if it was that long, but it drove on.
I liked the character, but I'm sorry, it was too long.
And she's a terrible actress.
I didn't need to watch her dancing for that long, and I would have preferred if she stayed in the blue mode longer.
Blue mode? her
natural form. So
she's a shapeshifter.
She's a shapeshifter.
Preface of that.
Well, we all know that from the trailers. That's not like
hidden. That's true. But anyways.
So, but her acting. I'm sorry.
Dead eyes. She had dead eyes. She does.
She made no emotional things.
No, when it was time for her to be I was gonna say not even like a lot, just a tad. Yeah,
everyone was miscast.
This movie's jumbled.
I mean, Clive Owen wasn't miscast and things like that. I mean, those are just little...
His character was dumb.
His character was so dumb.
His motivation was dumb.
I'm just saying that he didn't need to be... He was fine because those characters didn't really matter to anything.
And the characters are dumb. The story's dumb. The visuals are cool.
But I don't think the visuals are good enough to save the movie.
No, it's not good enough to save this movie. I don't hate that I saw it. But again, there's no need to see this again. There's nothing. It didn't blow me away like The Fifth Element did. It's better than Lucy.
Oh, a lot of movies are better than Lucy, dear.
So I think I'm gonna give it some credit for the visuals and Luc Besson actually clearly trying to make something special here. Trying to make something special, but it fell a little flat. I'm gonna give Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets 6 out of 10.
Wow, you're generous.
Is that?
Wow. Yeah. I'm giving this like a 3.5.
Oh, that's brutal. You did not like this.
I did not care for it. It was... I mean, okay, you could only say so much about the visuals, but between the poor casting choices, the dialogue, the strange attitude of both the actors in...
Their relationship is weird.
It was not good. And I was sitting there and I was bored and sometimes like semi-mad about like what I was watching. So no, it gets a 3.5.
All right. I give it a 6. She gives it a 3.5. Don't go see this. You don't have to. We saved you the trouble.
See it if you want to, but no, it's not good.
Thanks so much for watching our review of Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Feel free to leave a comment and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more in-depth reviews, head over to the website at alteregoreport.com. Thanks, guys.